Commercial Bank of Ceylon PLC, Silver Mill Investment Holdings Private Limited, INSEE EcoCycle Private Limited, 99X Technology Limited, and Seat Kelani Private Limited. These are the top 5 winning company presentations in the sector awards that were submitted to us out of 170 plus company submissions. So you can feel free to take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. And now let me introduce to you what this competition has been all about. The Institute of Chartered Professional Managers of Sri Lanka, or CPM Sri Lanka, the leading professional management body in the country, strives to promote best practices in business management among the corporates. And CPM Sri Lanka is hosting the Best Management Practices Company Awards 2026, also known as BMPC Awards. It will be held tomorrow. This is for the 5th consecutive year, and this follows the resounding success of our previous editions of the awards. The awards aim to recognize and celebrate exemplary management practices within companies during the year 2025. The awards acknowledge outstanding leadership, commendable policies and strategies, effective people management, successful partnerships, resource utilization, streamlined processes, and remarkable performance. Now, as I already mentioned, we have evaluated over 170 reports and presentations from companies who applied for the awards, and this afternoon we will witness the 5 presentations chosen from among all of these companies who applied for the sector awards, and they will showcase for all of you their best practices during 2025, and we recognize each of their leadership, their policies, their strategies, as well as their performance that helped them make it all the way to this level. So with that anticipation of hearing and learning from the top 5 companies, ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate all of them for making it thus far, and we wish them all the best to further move on up the rankings. So with that being said, I'd now like to hand over control to our session facilitator to take over the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, can we hear it up for Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka?
So good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, wonderful. Right. After lunch, welcome back to the 3rd session. So under the MI Summit 13. So as you know, this is one of the CPM's core activities in line with our core process of promoting best management practices in Sri Lanka. As she has very clearly articulated, there are 2 facets, sectors and clusters. So out of those clusters, so these are the top 5 companies. So the main 2 areas where the top 40 coming out of those 40. So the top 5 this end and the other end the 5. So you are going to listen to them from 3:30 to 5 slot. So here is the time soon after lunch. So there is no particular order. But it's like an alphabetical order, not the winning order as such. So no clue about that. So here the purpose is that it's time for us to now reflect. So get some key insights out of this best management practices. So looking backward 2025, last 3, 4, 5 years, they might have encountered number of challenges, issues, so business opportunities, scenarios. So then how they have come out with either a single pillar or 2 pillars or 3 pillars or more. So it's in simple terms, there's a clear architect that is being elaborated, in fact, tomorrow. But to get an idea, this is about among your best areas, selecting your story which has resulted you output and outcome which they are going to showcase. So to make the housing like a little bit clearer in this case, so they have originally presented for 10 minutes, but we have made an invitation for them to extend up to 12 minutes and tell your story. So here there are 5 representatives, but of course their company, there are 2 other members in each company in the audience, so they can join at the relevant times. So here the timer is right in front. Of course you are compelled to line up within 12 minutes. Your clicker is here, so you can navigate, you can use the pointer. So we like to invite you to come forward and present. So this is what we want to listen. So audience, so this is your time to pick some, not to replicate, but of course not to copy. It's about getting some insights, so that if you can bring such insights into the table back in office, the Friday morning application or Monday morning application, that is what the objective. So I'm sure, lady and 4 gentlemen, you are ready. Right, so there's no particular order, so but as far as the sitting order is the presentation order also. So may I invite the commercial bank first to begin the conversation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aparna Jagoda from Commercial Bank of Ceylon. I'm the Chief Manager Marketing. Actually, it's a privilege for me to take you all through some of the things or the strategies that we have adopted as a bank in 2025 and even before that to come to the stage we are here today. And I will take you through what we have done and our outcomes. So first of all, let me take you through.
In Sri Lanka's financial landscape, Commercial Bank stands out as the trailblazer in sustainability. As the country's first carbon-neutral bank, our commitment goes beyond buzzwords. It influences our actions and services. In this moment, we unveil a fresh identity, symbolizing our unwavering pledge for a sustainable tomorrow. Join us by making conscious banking choices a seamless part of your financial experience. Commercial Bank, creating a sustainable future.
So first, let me take you through what commercial bank is. I don't think I need a lot of articulation into what the bank is. I'm sure most of you all are already our customers. So taking you through, we are the Sri Lanka's most awarded bank and the first Sri Lankan bank to surpass USD 1 billion in market capitalization. And we currently hold the largest asset, deposit and advances portfolio among the private banks. And we are the first Sri Lankan bank to be 100% carbon neutral. So let's first go through what are the challenges that we have faced and how we have overcome them. Okay. The challenges faced by us last year, I'm sure most of you all, your organizations must have faced the same set of challenges. The first was, it's a very volatile macroeconomic environment with the post-crisis recovery pressure, and the economic headwinds were high inflation and foreign exchange constraints, and which has impacted the sector with contraction in lending appetite and the reduced investor confidence. And also, with the internal strategic gap, what we have faced with these challenges is that our credit models, the traditional ones we used, are very much collateral based, and it's especially being for the SMEs who are the backbone of the country's economy, it's not enough for us to analyze their creditworthiness and provide them with the best suited solutions. And also the digital disruption with the rapid shift towards the customer expectations being very much evolved, and they're expecting much more from banks for their businesses. It was another challenge for us to understand this and adapt to this. And also the core conflict, the need to scale credit responsibly while maintaining and giving more credit facilities to our customers. So as you can understand this context demanded a very transformational management practice rather than an ad hoc small tweaks to the practices that we are doing. Rather than an incremental improvement, it's a strategic shift was needed for us to remain competitive in this market. So the best management practices we have adopted are, we have looked at an integrated multi-pillar best management practice model where maintaining sustainable long-term growth, and through the foundation being the governance and technology, we have adopted data-driven decision-making, digital innovations, sustainable finance, and inclusive banking. Those are the key pillars we have adopted last year to be competitive in the market. So I will take you through each of the pillars that I have mentioned what we did and how we measured up. So the data-driven decisioning, we were the first in Sri Lanka to provide AI-powered SME underwriting, which have improved our SME lending portfolio, and it has given us so much freedom to analyze the credit facilities given to them without them sending us proposals and manually analyzing this. This AI underwriting has given us freedom as well as convenience and quick response time for our customers. Then we have embarked into a retail transformation process called LTS, Rise Higher, which is targeted at becoming the #1 retail bank in Sri Lanka, built on 3 transformation pillars, that is one bank, one app, and one team. So this is how we have performed. So our stage through impairment ratio for lending has reduced from 1.54% from 2.35%, and total deposit increased by 2.6 trillion with 16.65% increase, and our SME portfolio increased by 25%, improving and SME financing to 335.88 billion, and we have become the largest lender to the SME sector for the 4th consecutive time. Our loan book grew by 36.37%. Going to the digital innovation pillar, we were the first bank to launch Google Pay in Sri Lanka. Launch of Combank TradeLink digital trade platform. This is specifically for importers and exporters. Without them visiting the branch, they can do their import and export LC openings and other documentation on just by logging onto this system. And we are the first bank globally to facilitate lounge key airport lounge access to UnionPay cardholders, adding convenience to our customers. And as a pioneer in digital bank innovation in Sri Lanka, this pillar is very much important to us, which drives the retail banking as well as corporate banking forward. So these are the outcome: 22.05% growth in net fee and income due to those, over 1.8 million registered digital banking users, 10% growth. So I will just skip these because I'm coming near to the end of my presentation. And sustainable finance, as a sustainable bank, or the 100% carbon neutral bank, driving sustainability and being the pioneer in sustainable banking in Sri Lanka. This is one pillar that is very much important to us. So 2025, we have given the largest green bond issuance by a private bank in Sri Lanka, and we have raised 15 billion on that to lend out for sustainable development projects. And Forward Together 2025 is the Sri Lanka's first ever sustainability summit, which we conducted last year, bringing together a whole array of organizations and thought leaders in sustainability, and improved the knowledge about sustainable banking among a large number of customers of the bank. And this is how our green loan portfolio has grown by 85% in 2025 alone. And inclusive banking, again, another pillar of sustainability, is that we are not a bank only for corporates or the high income earners. We wanted it to be a bank to every Sri Lankan in Sri Lanka. So we have taken bank to the grassroots levels and to very rural areas with the launch of Combank Shakti agency banking. We currently have 26 agency bank points in very rural communities where they can just go to their nearest shop and do their banking there, rather than coming to a branch distant away. We have launched also the first dedicated women banking center in Jaffna, where we provide the facility of ladies to come to this branch and do their banking whilst we take care of their children, and there is a playing area where the children can be kept. So we have made it inclusive banking so that women can do their banking in leisure. So focusing financing for women entrepreneurs especially, so that they are, when what we understood is when a women or a woman's finance capability increases, the whole family benefits from that. So these are few of the things that we have done. As I mentioned, women-owned SME portfolio reached 167 billion, recording a 22% year-on-year growth. And we launched the Combank Shakti, like I mentioned, giving opportunity for the people to manage their finances from their location of choice. So this is how we have the impact of the practices we have used. We became the first private sector bank to reach a loan book more than 2 trillion in Sri Lanka, and our deposits grew by 372 billion. And our CASA ratio improved to 39.65% with 89 billion before tax profit. And asset quality, like I mentioned, although our asset book has grown, our NPA ratio has dropped to 1.54% from 2.35% in 2024 due to our digital innovations and the AI underwriting that we have undertook. A few more evidence of how the market confidence and the brand strength has grown. We have become the most valuable private bank brand, overall #2 brand in Sri Lanka in terms of value, and we maintain the largest market share among all private banks with deposit, loans, and assets market share. Again, the impact, society value, and economic contribution, as you can see, total assets 3.2 trillion, strong support for SME growth and renewable energy. So lastly, what I wanted to mention is, as we are dedicated to sustainability, innovation, and a resilient future for Sri Lanka, our transformational management practices have not only weathered the perfect storm that we have faced, it have also set new standards for sustainable, inclusive growth in national economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so that we have started with the commercial bank, so I'm not going to give narrations to each presentation, but you can see the context where, so they have, in that challenging environment, how they have come out with their digital platform with multi-pillar approach and the results, evidences, and so on. So with that, now we are going to move to from bank to Silver Mill. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we can invite, are there any members joining? Please do invite them to come join with your partner so they can come here, like either right side or left side. Please do join, and for your convenience, all the presenters, you can direct towards this side, so then quite easy. Right, Silver Mill. So you can introduce your team, and the time will appear. So only one member joining, no? Right. Yeah. So probably you can stand there, right? Presentation lies here, and the time is there. Are you ready? Yeah. Right. So we are going to start the Silver Mill. Let's listen to what their story.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Pramit Dashan. I am the engineering manager for Silver Mill Natural Beverages. Here, Mr. Sanjay is joining with me. He is the plant manager for Silver Mill Natural Beverages, and he will start with.
So we are from Silver Mills, and when we speak about Silver Mill, we have a 105-year legacy with 2,500 employees. So daily we process 1 million nuts of coconut. So from this coconut, we process all parts of the coconut is value added and used for this production. So Silver Mill has a very strong manufacturing facility, state art of a factory situated in Lolwagada, and there are some in multiple locations it stands. So when we speak about the value of the Silver Mill, we have a very strong R&D team where the innovative products coming very frequently, and we always give back to the community through our CSR arm and sustainability programs. So in our global market, our product portfolio demand increased over the past few years. So within the past few years, our demand increased and the volume of our product portfolio increased by 40%. So there were lots of challenges operationally to cater this increased volume. Without any capital investment, we had to cater this volume. So what we did was we went for a IPI program, which is Integrated Project Initiative Program. So this was based on a four-pillar strategy based on ownership, escalation, culture, and accountability base. So my colleague Pramita will take you all these pillars from here onward.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay. So I will take you through all the four pillars. So I will start from the first pillar. It is autonomous maintenance. So in here, the problem was we had a very long unplanned downtime due to minor breakdowns, which are less than 10 minutes. So it was identified as a major root cause of the problem. And in the upcoming slides, I will explain how we address those issues. So this is the first pillar. The second pillar was preventive maintenance strategy changes. In the previous session, we talked about reforms. So we did a reform here. The same team who were working in the daily operational activities were working on the preventive maintenance. So when they get the firefighting situation, they need to move in the firefighting. So they misses the preventive maintenance. So the success rate of the preventive maintenance drops. So then the vertical starts up fail. So there will be consequences events after those failures. So this is the second pillar. The third pillar was daily directional settings. We were talking about the communication gaps. We had the same issue. To address this same issue, we introduced this pillar, daily directional settings. I will talk about more about this in the upcoming slide. The fourth pillar was availability lost time reduction. This was mainly in the planned downtime. So we had planned downtime on CIP timing when it comes to beverages. Most of you may aware on that. And the product changeovers. So those are the major planned downtimes we had. So we needed to address those from the fourth pillar. So those are the impacts from the four pillars. From the first pillar, we had to train the operators. Then we encouraged them to have the capability to troubleshoot the minor breakdowns. So these are some pictures where we had the trainings and we given the ownership of the machines to the operator. This is the basics of the autonomous maintenance. For the second pillar, I was talking about the same team was working on the routing activities as well as the preventive maintenance. So it was not a success. So we had to reform the teams. So we formed a new team who do the preventive maintenance dedicatedly. So there will be no interruptions during the activities due to firefighting. This has improved a lot, and we have integrated the preventive maintenance into our production planning, which avoided the 4 to 5 days shutdowns from our productions. The third one is DDS, which is daily directional settings. So we introduce a morning meeting, which is starting from the bottom of the factory floor, then it is coming up to the top level. So all the information from bottom to top is passed accurately, and the communication gaps is addressed. And the loop closure is very good after that. The fourth pillar was the availability lost time reduction. So we identified that our CIP time was very high. So for example, we had a machine which is taking 2.5 hours of time for a CIP. So strategically, we reduced by complying to the quality, we reduced it to the 1.5 hours. And we were able to increase the volume growth by 40% by doing all these things. Those are the results of our efforts. So as you see, these are our operators. They do the first line troubleshooting of the issues. So from this, we have achieved our unplanned downtime was 1,000 hours, and it was reduced up to 800 hours due to this action. And we were able to increase the machine utilization from 40% to 70%. And when it comes to wastage, we have reduced it from 5.75 to 3%. It is a very high amount when compared to market standards. So we had a CIP changeover time of 950 hours in 2024. And we have brought it down to 570 hours in last year. As a summary, those are our achievements from the IPI project. So unplanned downtime reduced to 800, wastage reduced, volume was increased to 4%. This was, when it comes to volume quantity wise, this is around 20 million liters per year, the increment. And the CIP time has reduced, and the changeover time, I didn't discuss much on that. It was 20 hours previously, now it is 36 hours, the production run length. And the PM success rate has increased to 98% with vertical startups. This is how we sustain our project. So to sustain this one, we have sustainable actions like we give rewards and recognitions for the operators, and we do skill matrix for the operators, and we do trainings and in a continuous training plan cycle. For the second pillar, we have KPIs set up, and there also we provide incentives and recognition for the better performance. And the third pillar is DDS. Actually, this is monitored through our top management also. So otherwise, we cannot maintain that one. For the fourth one, we have integrated the compatibility metrics into the production planning. Now it is continuous improvement. So as you can see, this is our CEO, and that is our MD, giving recognition to our employees. So thank you all for listening to our presentation, and I would like to thank a CPM team to arranging this kind of platform to showcase our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, Silvamil. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, he's going right. Okay, thank you. Right, so you can hand over this to. Right. So then you saw that anyway. Interestingly, this when it comes to selection of companies in this process, we will quite openly explain that in the process, out of these 40, the sector-wise, out of 25, then out of 25, those who have scored the top 5 are being invited to a special jury, and the jury has given some marks. So that's what we are going to see that tomorrow, like the gold, silver, bronze. But apart from that, what we want to see in these presentations, we are, I would say, lucky to have this mix of 5 industries are coming into the table here for us to have a clear understanding. Now we saw banking, we saw that now manufacturing, how the operational aspects have been addressed. It's now time to look at that INSEE, the eco side. Right, I think, are the other members also joining with you? You're alone, right? Okay, so it's time for you to INSEE eco. So you can introduce.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sujit Gunawardana, Director INSEE EcoCycle. It's a pleasure to be here and present to you about the initiative. Okay. So INSEE EcoCycle is a subsidiary of Siam City Cement. We are a multinational, former Holcim. What we do is waste management. This company started 23 years back. Our purpose was to sustainably replace coal in cement manufacturing. There's one integrated cement plant in this country, in Putlam, where coal is the main fuel to manufacture cement. So our purpose was to replace it by biomass like rice husk. Then later we started using things like sorted municipal solid waste, your general garbage, which is very heterogeneous. We use it and we convert it into a fuel to replace coal. So that's the main business. Other than that, we serve, so for that we get, Sri Lanka has 342 local councils. We get more than 100 local councils waste to replace coal. And also most of you are our clients also, because as a service we dispose others' waste for them to be sustainably compliant. And so that's our business. We have two parts of the business. One is to replace coal and also serve others to dispose their waste. That is the other part. So I'm talking about this fuel replacement here. As the other gentleman and the lady also said, so last year was a critical year. We are coming back from the crisis. Of course, investors are a bit reluctant to invest. There's a credibility issue, and also we need to build the investor confidence. Even though our industry is also a very capital intensive industry, even though you invest, there's some time for you to get the return. But still, we wanted to have a growth in the year, and the team basically was very ambitious on having some growth and building the confidence of the investors. So this was the idea at the beginning of the year. We thought what we can do without a capital investment to get a significant growth. So this was the environment where we were in the beginning of 2025. And if you look at the waste, which is our raw material, you know how heterogeneous it is. You have everything in it, plastic, polythene, different types. So comparing it with something like fossil coal, which is very steady, replacing something consistent like coal by a heterogeneous thing is difficult. When you have fluctuations, you keep it at a lower rate so that you can manage the fluctuations. So this was our practice. And we looked at it, how to break this barrier, because you are managing it conservatively because it is fluctuating. As a result, we are still dependent on coal, and also waste acceptance is limited. We can limit, there are limitations to the processing capacity, and as a result, so when we replace coal, there's a revenue also, that is also lower. So this was the constraint. Then we did a kind of a brainstorming with the team to have a strategic shift. How can we have a significant growth without a capital investment? What we can do? Then one of the teammates came with, shall we do a debottlenecking? We'll understand, this was the initial name came, we'll do a debottlenecking, we'll identify what are the constraints, then we'll try to avoid that. Then later on we found out, okay, there's a theory called theory of constraint, which is focusing on debottlenecking. We identified where the bottlenecks comes in the material inflow, and then try to break those things. So this was the initial idea. It helps us to improve efficiency and also fully utilize our assets, as well as enhance the capability of the team, as well as create value. So this was kind of a strategic shift for us. We looked at the theory of constraints first. Okay, it asks you to identify the constraint, then debottleneck it, then go to the next. And likewise, subordinate all the bottlenecks. Meanwhile, to sustain it, you have to inculcate it to your system as well, your procedures as well. So this is what we try to implement. I'll go to the things which we did. We have waste coming from local councils. We identified few points at the loading customer point, at our gate, and we do certain processing like shredding and then feeding to the kiln. So we identified different quality control points. We named it as L1, L2, L3, and we identified how the bottlenecks are created. Where is the biggest variation? At the customer point, highly varying. When we little by little process, variation goes down. So we identified what to monitor. We were doing certain laboratory testing, but what changes to be done? We did the daytime, for example, we did daytime testing. We wanted to do it at night also. We had to change certain shifts. We had to change the procedures. We had to think different because it was operating based on experience. We tried to bring in data, look at the data and go back and try to reevaluate it. So to have this one concrete, we introduced a thing called fuel quality index. Okay, same as coal, we will have some variation related index for the waste fuel quality as well. And then let's see from level 1, the customer point or the local council point towards the kiln, how this fuel quality index is varying, and based on what changes we can reduce the variation. This we looked at, and then iteratively did the optimizations at each point by quality testing. And then whenever we identify a point to improve, like having 2-3 streams mixing, after that we build it into the system and institutionalize. Then for you to maintain this one further, there should be some incentives also. So we provide fuel to replace coal. For that we get a financial benefit, like some kind of a revenue. We made this fuel quality index built into that revenue. If we provide better, then we get some bonus. If you are doing it bad, then there's a penalty. We introduce that. So that's a personal KPI for the entire team, my company's team. So when they do better, they get some percentage higher revenue. So they are motivated because it comes ultimately to their bonus as well, right? So we made it institutionalized also. And we are a ISO certified company, so we built it into SOPs and all these things, so that this get continuously going. It will never stop. Like after 2025, it doesn't stop. Now also it goes. So if you look at the results, so as a result, this replacement benefit using heterogeneous waste to coal, we could improve our top line compared to the previous year without capital investment, right? Then, of course, the volume we handle, we could improve substantially. Again, without capital investment, we could take 2,000 tons more. So far, imagine 2,000 tons of municipal solid waste dumping versus used to replace coal. What is the difference? It creates a lot of impact to the society as well. So this we could do. And also the replacement of coal, we were at 42.9. We could replace 44% last year. This was the other impact. So this saves forex, saves coal, using waste like rice husk or municipal solid waste. So this is the other impact we could make. And if you look at those are for the company. Broadly for the economy, of course, we save forex, we save fossil fuel, and we use waste, which is creating better living environment to the society as well. And also it's contributing to SDGs also. So these are some of the impacts we could make to the environment. And also, I would say this initiative, we wanted to carry forward. So when you come to the next year, we made these fuel quality index, for example, we made it into the KPIs of the people as well. Now for our quality teams, it's a KPI for them. So it goes throughout the life cycle of the company with the ISO systems we have. Plus, it contributes again and again every year to get more waste. So it is giving something back to the country as well. So that is the contribution coming to the society by this initiative. And we always say, at the beginning, it seems impossible. But when you get together with the team and get going, it seems possible. And we did the change in a quarter, implemented. And finally, in the same year, we could see the results as well. And from this year onwards, it continues to give results along with the company's life cycle for the remaining years. Thank you.
Thank you. So may I say, thank you very much, Sujit. Right. Okay, so friends, we are within the time, so we have 2 more companies to listen. So just to ask the post-lunch, the audience, are you with us? The sound is not enough. Are you with us? Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. So, right. So, we have listened to the commercial banks. So, we have seen that they are coming out with a pillar to address this, the strategic intervention of digital aspects and so on. So, then we saw Silver Mill coming out with the operational area. So, the INSEE has come out with a different format, but still the pillar thinking is quite in line. That is not because of CPM is introducing pillars. So, that's the management thinking. So like very focused, very much, I think during the second session, I heard that it's like a one zog absorber. So like that there are a lot of zog absorbers there to cushion this, finally integrate to the desired result. So with that, now it's time for us to listen to 99X. Yeah. So may I invite the other members also to join with us? Let me welcome them. Yeah. Hello. Can
So thank you and good afternoon. And thank you, Dr. Samanth, for checking that everyone was alive and awake. Appreciate that. I'm Krishan Dimel, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at 99X. I'm joined with my colleagues, Chatura, who's the Chief AI Officer, and Kalana, who's the Chief Developer Experience Officer at 99X. Embracing AI and rethinking our services, our business models, our products, that's what today's topic is about. I'll just start with a quick intro about 99X. Some of you may know it, but just to give a quick brief, we are a company with Sri Lankan roots. And right now, we are a global company. We are headquartered in Oslo, in Norway. And we have offices in Norway, in Poland, Malaysia, Brazil, Portugal, and right now we're a conglomerate in a sense of about 10 group companies offering a variety of tech services, all within the tech space. So we've been around for over 25 years, and there's only one stat here I'd like to mention, that is the average engagement of a customer of 99X is about 5.5 years. Why does that matter? Because we work as a long-term engineering partner, and that's a strength that we have with the customers we engage with. So I'm going to talk about the challenge that we faced. You can't go missing maybe 3 LinkedIn posts without encountering something about AI, correct? Yes? It's so real and so prevalent. And that same challenge was there for us. Okay, this is a bit stubborn at the moment. There we go. Okay. So that same challenge was there for us as a tech outsourcing company. And what we saw was there was a tremendous shift in what people expected from AI. On one side, our customers wanted to see a shift in speed, in quality, in the time to market, all of those aspects, and they expected that to happen. And when we have to deliver that, we realize there are 2 key aspects. One is the people, and the second is the tools that we have. Both of these matter in being able to make a difference and meet these expectations. So with that, I'll move on to our best management practice in embracing AI. Within that, we have a 2-pillar response. The first pillar was equipping our developers to be what we call AI first or AI native developers. So towards that continuous upskilling and making them aware and comfortable with the latest AI tools and embedding that into our culture. That was our first pillar. The second was we realized just increasing the developers' skills and potential itself was not enough. We had to extend that with tools that they can reuse and a plugin as part of that improvement. So we worked on both of those as two distinct pillars. And with that, I'd like to invite Kalana to take over and share about the first pillar. Kalana.
Thanks, Deshan. So the first pillar is about making our engineers AI native engineers. So we already had great engineers who deliver great products to especially our target market is Europe. So these engineers now almost overnight have to change the way that they work, how they approach a problem, and how they deliver, because AI is not waiting for anyone. So how we adapted this pillar is by looking at three focus areas. First, we looked at changing the mindset. We had engineers who do great engineering, looking at specifications, tasks, and what customers want. But with power of AI, this is way too limiting, because an engineer has to be proactive, be confident, has the freedom to do a lot of change to our customers' products. So this is a mindset change. So we did certain activities like culture changing workshops, defining what the job roles and processes are, and help these engineers to change the mindset, what is expected from them, and how they work. And then we looked at process and tools. These are what our engineers work every day. So we looked at the best AI tools that industry offers, and we built some tools of our own to complement them. And we made them available through various means, which I will go in details when we talk about the evidences. And we also created some of our own methodology, because for our customers, for our engineers, we wanted for them to work the best they can at the highest speed, at the best creativity. So we created our own methodology of working within their projects. And finally, we want to get this across to our engineers really fast. How do we do it? We implemented the learning area, where we get this learning to our engineers through hands-on hackathons, workshops, webinars, various means of training, so that these engineers are upskilled fast and they upskill on the correct ways of doing things, as well as their learning is renewed every day, because as you would know, every other day there's a new AI tool to use. So that's about the pillar number 1, and I'd invite Chatru to go with the pillar number 2.
Hi, everyone. So as Kalna mentioned, when it comes to software services space, so we were providing engineering services to our customers. So who are customers? Product companies, software product companies. So they have two main problems in this time with the AI disruption. So one is the quality, and the other one is the speed, right? So how do we help our customers to win the market space? So that was our main objective of the pillar 2. So one way of looking at it is, how do we create building blocks for them to use? So when they enable AI within software products, how do they get to do it faster and better? So we ended up building a collection of AI assets. One is a platform where you can actually create AI agents to automate enterprise workflows rapidly and test and deploy into production within weeks. So that was a massive turning point for our customers. And not only that, most of these experiments, they were able to do it by themselves, just by signing up onto something we call it agentry.ai. So that is a platform where you have AI agents as a service, right? So software as a service is transforming into providing outcomes. So our customers now in the business of creating outcomes for their end users and their customers, not just providing software. So that software business is dying. So that was the main objective of the first element, which is building AI assets. The second piece is, okay, how do we ensure that we do the AI work, transformation work more efficiently? How can we use AI in that methodology itself? So then we, 1 year back, we have our usual management strategy meetings and so on, workshops. So we came up with this idea that we create our internal set of AI agents to work with human developers to increase the speed and delivery of solutions. So I think last week also we secured one engagement within our existing. So as Krishan mentioned, we have about 6+ years of lifetime of a customer, right? And we have about we have a customer spanning across almost 2 decades, they have been with us. But how do we ensure that they're going to be with us for next decade, right? We have to be that partner for them. To ensure that, we have to help them to disrupt their market, their business, the market they're in, efficiently. So that is the objective of the number 2 element, which is creating an efficient delivery methodology by combining AI into that process. The third piece is, okay, how do we democratize and enable everyone to be part of in this journey? Not just us, we made it open source. So the entire stack is open source. Everyone can sort of sign up and create experiments using these platforms. So that is completely available for anyone to try it out. So that is the contribution towards the industry part. All right. So currently, I'm so happy to tell you that we've been able to make 70% of our new wins, new prospects, all based on AI opportunities. And we have been able to consolidate a pipeline worth of 1.3 billion rupees. I think there is a massive impact with this strategy. Now we are sort of realizing the gains. And the most important thing is that we are in the recurring revenue business. So we don't want to do short-term projects, consultancy projects. We want to be there with the customer as a partner for long term. And how do we ensure that we are there for them for a longer run is to help them to win their market. So we were able to extend their product life cycle by introducing all of these AI assets, increasing their quality, speed through AI enablement. So this is one of the, to your right, left, you have the agentry, which is the agents as a service platform. And then to your right is the open source platform where you can actually sign up and create your own AI agents within, I would say, minutes. Okay, I invite Kalana to talk about the next.
Thanks, Chatura. So I will take you through very quickly to the 2 other evidences. So Chatura talked about what we created in the libraries, what customers can use. At the same time, we were able to do so many workshops and build platforms for our employees so they change that they work, right? So some of the examples for stats are we organized 13 trainings and workshops, hands-on, sitting together, working within a year. So things like that helped us to change the way our engineers work entirely. So if you look at 1 year back and how they work now, it's entirely different. So these are some of the pictures of the events that we organize to, encourage them, motivate them, and so on. And while doing that, we created us as a AI thought leader in customers' mindset through various activities like press conferences, going to our markets and doing sessions with them, sitting them, showing what we can do with them. So likewise, we have established ourselves as a market leader in this area, not just a software service provider, but an AI market leader in Norway and Scandinavian region. So with all that, we were able to secure, like Shatrua said, so many new engagements, 70% last year, generating 149 million. And this converts into 1.3 billion because our customer stays with us for 5 years. And we were able to change all 85% of all engineering activities into AI. And for you all as well, if you want to use what we have created, we have made them available in the community. So Excellence AI Agentry, you can Google and join and adapt in your organizations free because we have open sourced them for the community. So with that, I will finally touch upon how do we sustain them by creating the community and investing and getting the ROI each year out of this, what we create, and also creating this as standards so that all our employees can follow in our journey. So I think with that, I can wrap up. Thank you so much.
Final slide. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, you can take that. All right. Okay. So during the conversation, I told them, look, even though you are in a digital space, since we got nearly about 1.5 minutes additional saved from the previous 3 speakers, so that I said, why don't you capitalize that? Anyway, thanks for the other 3, as well as thanks for the 9 trainings, 3 members. Well, so that's the AI thought leadership line of thinking. So with that, now we are going into, again, engineering. May I say, not advertisement, but German engineer, isn't it? Yeah, so this is...
Thank you, sir.
You can direct to that
so
side.
Would like to invite Chang, my friend.
Shall we welcome Siet and any more members joining? Only one.
Chang is
Right,
coming.
okay. Please. Probably you can stand there. Shall I give this mic?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I think it's almost about catching up to 3. So my colleague Chaminder, myself, and Mahesh are the team who will be presenting. So firstly, to give a background about the organization, many would have heard about CEAT organization, which is here in Sri Lanka for about 30 years. So just to give a quick background about CEAT, how we started, we were a SEO in 1992 when most of the people who are here and schooling, you already known Thai Corporation, right? So this is the SEO which was converted into a private organization in the year 1992. CEAT joins into the country. Then in year 1998, this becomes a joint venture between CEAT Limited and Calendar Tires PLC. So just to give you a background a bit more is that we source 100% of our rubber naturally. And so both of our manufacturing plants are EATF certified manufacturing plants. This is in order to be global standards. So if you are providing tires to a original equipment manufacturer, like the Hondas behind you, you have to have this certification to provide as the original equipment. So we are certified for both our plants. And also, just to give a background of about ourselves, we are a AA plus Fitch rating, and also we have a AAA minus brand finance, brand recognition for the brand itself. Then I'll just go to the challenges that we had. One of the biggest challenges is for our organization, our vision house, we have 4 pillars, and these pillars are driven by the enablers. So one of the key enablers were our service excellence. In the service excellence, we were driving our volumes, but we had a couple of challenges. the key challenge that we saw is how we're going to improve our service to our customers. So in this category, our biggest volumes derive from our commercial category. And when we were driving this commercial category, all of us know warranty. In the tire industry, we call it claims. So when the claim comes in from consumer to our dealer channel to the organization, we do have a challenge where our claims started increasing. The number of times to process the claim started increasing from about 10 days to almost to 18.9 a mean. But there were instances where they were even catching up to about 31, almost a month and beyond. So this was one of the key challenges that we had. So how did we want to take it forward? What's the business impact it could have? Definitely, yes, the customers and the dealers would be dissatisfied. The brand damage, and also a decline in repeat sales. That's all everybody would have seen when the warranty and the after sales start reducing, you have a decline in your sales. And the other thing is the sales team. They would always have a low morale and they would have challenges in the channel market itself. And then higher operational cost because your lead time in processing, you increase your cost in operations. Then, as many organizations do, academically, they say, do a research. Yes, we also start doing a customer satisfaction survey. We did it through Cantor. And one of the key understandings in our commercial category, which was the key attribute of everybody was saying, the time of claim settlements are increasing. So this came across all categories. So in that case, okay, research also told us claim settlement time was increasing. Then what? Then we looked at increasing our market visits. We had every Wednesdays, the entire organization team started going into the market, the customer inciting coming from digital channels, our hotlines. So all this derived into insights of how the claims were being delayed. So how did you take it forward? Yes, as a manufacturing company, looking at a quality-based management, TQM philosophy is one of the biggest things. So we actually got through our pre-Deming application and we are in the Deming journey. So we looked at the Deming philosophy and in the philosophy itself, you have 3 quadrants. You look at the quality, that is the product itself, then the process focus and also the people focus. So here we looked at how we're going to improve our process and people aspect. So I'll give my colleague Chaminda to take forward from here.
So by adding to what Shang said, so everybody, we are sitting here, the presentations, what we have gone through, every presentation we heard the word of customer. Without customer, we can't be on the market. So that is our main focus of it, how we can do the best for the customer. So I'm a little bit jumping to the previous slide. So there are 3 aspects, customer, process, and people. So I'll go one by one, what we have done on each. So entire organization, our entire organization focus, how we have done it. It is not only the shop floor management, it is not only the inspector's duty, what we have to do, the settlement, claim settlement process of it. Starting from the top management, if you look at here, the FY, one of the policy goal, what we have taken in this current year is about claim settlement time reduction. Because the input, what we have taken from the surveys, what we have taken from the market visit, what is proving in our data itself, in our organization having. So it was delivered, our thought process to take it as a policy goal in our organization. That is one input, how demonstrated our management, top management into this customer focus on it. And after that, many initiatives we have done, because the thing going into the market, we declared one day as a no meeting Wednesday. Everyone was going into the market to dig out this one. And the other thing, my friend Shang explained is about the target what we have set was, it is a kind of an unbeatable target, but even though we thought of it, yes, we can do it. So taking it down from 18.6 average to 2 days. That is why we set our targets in our organization. So in this QBM, it is a kind of a big story. TQM, if you take about, it is a lot of tools available. Here what we did was, first thing is about for the process, we applied our 7-step problem solving method. So this is very famous in our organization because the thing, everything what we do, we have the standard process of it. We apply the same, starting from the reason for improvement up to future scope of it. It is having well-defined scope over there. And this is the summarize of it. If you take a glimpse of it, left-hand side, people focus of it. So our pending, what is available, analysis of it. Then the thing is, go and see the real situation of Gemba visits of it. And the process mapping, where are we today? And other thing is the lot of tools we applied, VA, NVA, like VSM, lot of tools we applied to come out this issue. The other part of it, remaining is about the people. So many things we have done for the training and awareness of our team members, and lot of cross-functional involvement should be there. And other thing is the one main element is the daily work management. Then this is one evidence is about our process mapping. So where we were, and you can see on the next slide of it, the simplified version. We simplified it. And the next one is our VA NVA. That we identified, it is about 98% of it our non-value added. And countermeasures what we have taken, and we identified, after going all these processes, we identified many unnecessary steps are there that we can eliminate in our process. Because we are running with SAP ERP system, we identified many processes can be automated within this system. So we could get rid of it, because the thing, during the claim settlement time, this confirmation within our system was very important. So we could reduce 3 hours from our available time. So the impact we will see. So you can see from the graph, from 18.15, we started from April. You can see when we are coming to June, we were able to touch on that. Even more than that. Lot of things we have done, lot of good works we have done. So as a result of that, we were still today, up to March, we are maintaining the same thing. And how? And this is one of the evidence what you can see. All the data what we have done, we monitor in a daily Power BI dashboard, day in, day out, we can see the how many days we have taken of it. You can see in the past, when it is changing the past historical data, you can see at the right-hand corner, number of days are changing. Likewise, we were able to get out many initiatives done by in-house, our team members. So this is involved by the IT team. So you can think about the cross-functional involvement of one goal. The other thing is you can see left-hand side and the right-hand side of my slide. So left-hand side, you can see how it was cluttered. So we can't identify anything. Now this is my right-hand side. So you can see my inventory. We were in kind of a 5,700 tires in my stock. Today I could able to come down to nearly 1,800 kind of a stock. So it has given me a lot of space for utilizing value-added stock. It means a good FG stocks over there. And the results of our efforts.
So I'll take you through the results of the key performer that we saw is the Net Promoter Score, dropping down to about 35 to 38. And with these processes being in place, we saw the Net Promoter Score increasing to up to about 58, 57. So we have been maintaining this. This is the growth that you see, the service excellence. Next, on a financial gain, if you see how it has improved, is the claim loss. So what we have been able to do is monetary value. We have been able to reduce our claim values. How do I done it? We have increased the number of testings that we do. The technical team has been able to be more on the field, improve, and fast track the improvement of the product itself. So this in itself, you would see the value per se is dropping, and also the number of product testings in the market itself on the fleets would have increased. So this also was one of the key factors. Next, I would say is how every organization would see is how the volume and the market share has grown. So my overall truck category, I would see a 26% volume growth. And on my light truck category, a volume growth of about 24%. And market share shifts as well. Light truck, almost 10 points growth. And even on truck category, you would see about 6 to 6.2% growth. What's the future? Yes, many in the insurance field would know. You all have seen on-the-spot insurance spot claims. So we have brought in this into the industry. We'll be launching it by the end of the month. we will be bringing a on-the-spot claim processment to our dealer channel, where they will be able to verify, check the tire at the dealer point, process it, then and there, 3 or 4 clicks max, then the claim itself is approved. So we will reduce the claim time to less than 1 day. At least we are trying to bring less than half a day. So this is the best management practice that Seat Kalani Holdings was able to achieve during the year. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. You can keep the mic. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to first show our gratitude to all 5 presenting parties. Shall we give another round of applause? Thank you. So may I say that in the context of 1:30 to 3 slot, the third slot, generally previous occasions, we had about always 5 or 6 companies presenting. So we didn't feel the time factor till 3 o'clock. But today I have about another 18 minutes leave for me to ask few more questions also. So ladies and gentlemen, just to put you into back to the context, those who have directly involved in the process or not, because in this audience, almost all the applied companies representatives are there, and some new members are there, and different other interest parties there. But I'm sure, Mr. Sam, Hanna, you are enjoying this process. So you have another card coming up from 3:30 to 5 slot also, that is from clusters. Coming back, ladies and gentlemen, the whole concept is in simple terms. Each company has their story, whether these 5 companies and those who are in the audience. So those companies are facing multiple challenges year on year, particularly that particular year or backward, like last 2-3 years. In that context, so companies do come out with multiple strategies, tactics, activities. So in that sense, so some are quite unique and distinct because they are quite precise in terms of their selections of strategies, either single approach, double approach, triple, multiple, and so on. So then we put that into a context per se, whether it's a single approach or 2 pillars or 3 pillars or multiple. So idea is, so companies try to converge those resources to get that successful achievements. So that we have come out with a nice architect that is being displayed tomorrow. So you can see that by the side of this large screens and the stage tomorrow. So in that light, what we have requested the companies in that set, okay, what are some of the activities, evidences available for you to showcase and show us the output and outcome? Okay, have you generated some results and sustaining it to the next level? So we want to see this as a practice of all companies are coming out with their stories, and we want to create a platform. Only the difference is that our space is limited. So these 5 or 6 companies who are getting this score-wise are being invited. So this time we had a golden opportunity. Since these both sector and clusters are coming up, we got an opportunity to showcase 10. So the last 2 occasions, as I said, that there were 2 equals also. So therefore, we had 6 companies. Otherwise, we love to listen to your stories. Now, before we send you off, now today, I'm not going to ask you mind-boggling questions, because at the question time of special jury, you have answered adequately. But I'm sure audience is very much keen to pick some learning. During tea time, they will ask more questions. So we started with commercial banks. Shall we start from that order, like corner, so from here? So may I say, from your end, yes, we have seen that your approach is quite brilliant. And may I say that if I have a Seat tire, when I'm on the way going back, if I get a kind of a tire punch, you will be getting the on-the-spot claim.
Exactly, sir. So currently, what we can do, you have to go to the dealer, but next step, what we are looking at on the spot, if something happens on your spot, how I can deliver the tire to you. So that we are looking at, because the improvements are never-ending process. So definitely we are looking at it. Today I am giving it 1 day.
Anyway, don't compliment it as additional thing. Coming back to this, now we know that in terms of the value proposition, from the customer's point of view, what we want, the less pain, higher gain. That's what we are looking at. From an organization's point of view, those who are minimizing the pains and creating more gains, so that is what they offer. So in the industry, manufacturing industry, and you are coming out with a lot of quality initiatives and so on. Would you like to elaborate further? The audience might be very interested. What is your plan for next 3 to 5 years of bringing this into a customer service and inter alia with other practices? Would you like to elaborate a little bit?
Yeah. So little bit we explained this about Shang, my friend Shang, in my presentation. What we are looking at how, if I take the subject of TQM, lot of organizations are defining it various ways. And for us, we have taken the standard way of implementing in Sri Lanka. We have taken many key measures, key learnings which we have taken from SEAT India. The thing is why we are saying that one, if I take my SEAT India plants, today they have certified for this TQM journey Deming Prize as well as the Grand Deming Prize. So we have a very strong backbone behind us. So we thought of bringing this technology, we thought of bringing this knowledge to Sri Lanka. So we have embarked on this journey. So if I take this opportunity for bringing it to Sri Lanka means it is not only one prize. Along with that, for the driving quality, many aspects we have to establish in our plants. So that will assure my product, what we are delivering to the market is, I can't say that 100%, more than 99% I will assure it will go through a standard process of it. That is what we are looking at very near future.
So that's a good indication about the Deming Price approach means quite healthy practice towards us. Thank you very much. With that, may I go to 99X? So you are in absolutely agile and dynamic industry, and so you're bringing a lot of thought process to the country. Even your other members also, CEO also can help in this case. Would you like to give some light how this very dynamism that you are going to embrace quite constantly and keep abreast of updating regularly and meet the challenges which are coming up?
Yeah, sure. So with AI, I think one of the earliest industries to get disrupted is the knowledge sector, knowledge services. So we are in that, and we have to, as you said, constantly in the game. So what we see is that so customers are perceiving services sector like they want outcomes. They want outcomes, and billing for hours, billing for effort is kind of declining. So that is the trend. So that is exactly why we came up with these two main pillars. One is to empower the engineers, way of work and the knowledge, and give them the right tools, and also towards the customers, how they can win their market space faster. So what are the building blocks that they can use to really fast track their operations, because they are in the software product business.
Thank you, thank you. So with that, Insi, I would say you are not like doing just your industry job. It's a national duty. So that your all sustaining efforts would be undoubtedly is leveraging for the country's development in the domain of this the climate action, recycling, waste, and so on. So your roadmap, would you like to highlight a little bit about next 3 to 5 year kind of a sustaining plan?
Yeah, as I said, so one side we replace fossil fuel using types of waste, and also on the other side we serve industry to dispose their waste. So this is our business. So in the roadmap is to enhance the volumes as much as possible, because country has a big waste issue, and you need avenues to dispose your waste and also create value. So for that, our roadmap is to enhance as much as possible the capacity, so that you reduce the dependency on the coal, and also enhance the volumes you serve. So for that, as I said, the last year was building the confidence on investments, so that you can ask for money, which we got this year. We are investing on capacity enhancements this year as well as beginning of next year. There are certain capexes ongoing, which will enhance our acceptance capacities and volumes, which will help us to serve more to the industry. I think almost all the manufacturing entities are served by us. we are trying to enhance these capacities more so that we can keep on increasing the replacement of coal, as well as we can serve more customers on disposing their waste, especially the hazardous waste and stuff. You can imagine if these things get dumped into water or ground, and how much pollution can happen. So on one side, we become an ESG enabler for many other manufacturing organizations. So our plan next to 3 to 5 years is to enhance the capacity. Right now, we have a capacity of 115,000 tons per year. So far, we have done 1.3 million tons since beginning. That's kind of another blue mandel if it was done. So our plan is to double the capacity in next 2 years so that we can serve more customers as well as we can replace more coal also.
I think that's a good news for not just the industry but for the country, isn't it? Thank you very much bringing that. Right, so you are handling a fascinating area of this operational domain in the legacy business of over 100 plus years now, particularly handling, getting this operational staff into the thinking process, meeting those customer demands, and you have increased your volumes and so on. So how is your roadmap for next 3 to 5 years of getting this into more consolidated and get going to the next level of operational excellence?
With this project, we have increased our machine utilization up to 70%. So now we are planning, maximum we can go is 85%. So we are planning to achieve that one, and we are planning to double our production capacity in this year. It will be up in November. So we will be having a double capacity in this.
So your focus is mainly getting the capacity enhancement?
Yes. Then we can meet the market demands.
Okay. All right, okay, thank you. So with that commercial bank, now we have started with you with all the big numbers, and you are in the spotlight as a private bank. You're doing a great job as one of the #1 banks, may I say, leading in the front. So that how is the next level of transformation that you are envisioning in the domain that you have showcased today?
Yeah, so commercial bank is a triple bottom line approach adopting bank. So triple bottom line is the people, planet, and profits. So whatever we do, we look at all three aspects. So like I mentioned in my presentation, the pillars are digital, customer experience, and sustainability. That also again falls into the triple bottom line area. And what we want to in future also, in the near future, we will be definitely focusing on digital adaptation, where because even the government is driving the economy towards digitization, cashless society. So that is one area we are focusing on. And in addition to that, the planet aspect of it, that is sustainability, inclusion, and driving a more environmentally friendly, sustainable nation. So those are the pillars that we have adopted, and in future also we will be driving on those spheres.
All right, excellent. I think that's a wonderful way to conclude this part. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, as a professional body, the implicit responsibility of CPM, nurturing this, one of the core areas, bringing these best management practices, particularly the context that we are passing. I'm sure so much of disruptions, interruptions, interventions. So the companies do require to come out various strategies, tactics, activities, and so on, to come out with these challenges, overcome these challenges to face the next level. So here we are fortunate to listen to 5. So there are many more. In fact, CPM has taken steps to, based on the last 2 years or so, even Mr. Sam, like there are 2 journals, probably we can give 2 copies, 25 and 4, where, so these top 40, all the best practices are come to a journal, so that is being made available. So we want to promote. So ladies and gentlemen, with the intention of promoting best management practices in Sri Lanka, let me conclude this session 3. May I hand over the proceedings. Once again, shall we give the final round of applause to the 5 companies. Thank you very much for taking part.
Thank you very much. We invite you, Dr. Samantha, to please remain, but we say thank you very much to our 5 companies, and they can feel free to take their seats. Once again, the top 5 winning companies for the sector awards are Commercial Bank of Ceylon, Silver Mill Investment Holdings, INSEE EcoCycle, 99X Technology, and CEAT Kelani. Let's put our hands together for each of them and congratulate them for coming so far. Yes, indeed. And we wish them the best for tomorrow as we reveal the results. With that being said, to now present a token of appreciation to Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka, I'd like to invite the following dignitaries to join us. Our chief guest, Mr. Sam Hanna, Professor Lakshman R. Vatavada, Mr. Hen Nayaka Bandara, Mr. Kosala Disanayaka, Mr. Dilshan R. Sukularatna will also join us. So let's put our hands together as they come up, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let's hear your applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka, Governing Council Member of CPM Sri Lanka and the session facilitator for this segment. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together one more time, ladies and gentlemen, as we thank the dignitaries on stage. Let me once again take this opportunity to appreciate our sponsors. We have our annual Platinum Partner MasterCard, annual Print Media Partners, Daily FT, Daily Mirror, annual Corporate Partner Technomedics Private Limited, official Lubricants Partner Laughs Lubricants, official Mobility Partner Stafford Motors. Let us remind you about the two elegant Honda vehicles at the back of the hall on display. As you know, Stafford Motors is the sole authorized distributor for Honda in Sri Lanka. They have exclusive benefits for CPM members as well as affiliates. And so please feel free to meet the Honda sales consultants, register your interest with them and take advantage of the very attractive offers that are valid until the end of April. With that, we now conclude this segment, but we will begin with the next segment at 3:30 p.m. Meanwhile, it's time for tea, and tea is served on either sides of the hall. Please help yourselves, and we'll see you back at 3:30 p.m. Thank you.